The total in Total Quality Management (TQM) signifies that quality is a comprehensive, organization-wide commitment involving every employee, department, and function from top management to frontline staff. It indicates that improvement is not limited to one department, but covers all processes, supply chains, and crucially, customer satisfaction.
Quality. Quality refers to the degree of excellence of a product, service, or process. It is measured by how well it meets or exceeds customers' expectations and requirements. Ensuring quality is crucial because it directly impacts customer satisfaction and loyalty. When customers receive products or services that meets or surpass their expectations, it encourages repeat in business and strengthens the reputation of the company. In essence, quality is not just about the product itself, but also about creating long-term value and sustainable success for both the customer and the business. So kapag sa hotel, kapag malinis ang rooms, kumpleto ang amenities, at mabilis mag-respond ang mga staff sa mga request ng guest, tumataas ang customer satisfaction. As a result, nagiging loyal ang guest at mas malaki ang chance na bumalik sila o mag-iwan ng positive reviews online.
Management. Management talks about a group of people who make decisions about how business should operate. It is how business is organized, directs workflow, operations, and employees to meet the company goals. So in simpler way, management means there is a leader that guides and supports everyone in the organization to continuously improve the quality of products or services. This approach helps reduce errors, improve efficiency, increase customer satisfaction, and build a strong reputation.
TQM. In total quality management, the relationship between the consumer and the producer is centered on value for money. Consumers expect that the product or service they pay for is reliable, safe, efficient, and satisfying. If their expectations are not met, they feel that their money and time are wasted. Because of this, producers and service providers must prove total quality by making sure that every process is well managed, employees are competent, mistakes are minimized, and improvements are continuous. Quality is not limited to the product itself, but also includes the service, speed, and overall experience. When consumers feel satisfied and believe they receive their money's worth, it means TQM is effective, leading to repeat business, trust, and long-term success.
Total Quality Management Organization talks about the continual process of detecting and eliminating manufacturing errors and improving the customer experience. It is the one that involves everyone from top executives to the frontline employees. In Total Quality Management Organization, we have top management, which consists of executives, company head, and directors. They are the one who sets vision, quality, goals, and overall direction of the organization. Next is we have the middle management. These are the department heads and supervisors. They are the ones who translate quality goals into actionable plan for their team. Next, we have the lower management. These are the team leaders and managers. They directly oversee operations and make sure tasks meet quality standards. Lastly is we have the other staff. These are the regular employees or the frontline employees. They are the one who executes tasks and often have the most direct impact on product or service quality.
Next is the 6 basic concepts. The first concept is customer focus. In TQM, the customer defines quality. This means that organizations must understand customer needs and work hard to meet or even exceed their expectations. For example, in a hotel, guest satisfaction depends on clean rooms, friendly staff, and fast service. If guests complain, management treats it as an opportunity to improve operations. The second concept is continuous improvement. TQM believes that improvement should be ongoing. Even if the process is already working well, it can still be improved. For example, in tourism operations, a resort may regularly review its check-in process, to make it faster and even more efficient, even if there are no major complaints. The third concept is employee involvement. TQM emphasizes that all employees, not just managers, are responsible for quality. Employees are encouraged to share their ideas and participate in improving operations. For example, housekeeping staff may suggest better cleaning procedures because they understand the process better than the management. The fourth concept is the process-centered approach. TQM focuses on improving processes instead of blaming individuals. A good process leads to good results. For example, if a tour often starts late, management reviews the booking and preparation process instead of blaming the tour guide. The fifth concept is the integrated system. This means that all departments in an organization must work together toward quality goals. For example, in the hotel operation, the front desk, housekeeping, and maintenance must coordinate to ensure guests receive quality service. The sixth concept is the fact-based decision-making. In TQM, decisions should be based on data and evidence, not just assumptions or personal opinions. For example, if a travel agency wants to improve customer satisfaction, they should analyze survey results, booking data, and complaint records before making changes. Instead of guessing what the problem is, managers use facts and measurable data to decide the best solution.
Effects of poor quality. When quality standards are not met, organizations experience financial losses, operational problems, increased waste, and damage customer trust. These problems results in, first, low customer satisfaction. This is caused by defective products and poor service. If a product is defective or the service is poor, hindi masasatisfy ang customer. For example, mali yung na-take na order ng restaurant staff. So as a result, may reklamo, bad reviews, and for sure, hindi na yan sila babalik. Second is low productivity, sales, and profit. Due to errors and delays, bumabagal ang trabaho. If mas konti ang output, mas konti ang nabibenta, and bababa ang kita ng business. Third is low morale of workforce. This is the result from stress and repeated mistakes. Kapag paulit-ulit ang mistakes at laging may pressure, nai-stress ang employees. So nawawalan sila ng motivation at gana sa trabaho na mas lalo pang nagpapababa ng performance. Fourth is more rework, material, and labor cost. Kapag may defect, kailangan ulitin ang trabaho. Ibig sabihin, mas maraming materials ang nagagamit at mas maraming oras ng employees ang nasasayang. Fifth is high inspection cost. Dahil madalas may problema ang product, napipilitan ang company na magdagdag ng checking at testing. Nadadagdagan din ang gastos sa inspectors at quality checks. Sixth, delay in shipping. Kung may problema sa production, hindi agad natatapos ang product. As a result, malilate ang delivery which causes customer complaints. 7. High repair cost. Kung maraming sira ang product, mas malaki ang gastos sa pag-aayos. For example, warranty repairs sa electronics na dapat sana ay maayos na sa una pa lang. 8. Higher inventory cost. Ang mga unsold at defective products ay naiipon sa warehouse. Kailangan ng mas malaking storage space at dagdag gastos sa inventory management. And lastly, greater waste of material. Kapag maraming rejected products, mas maraming raw materials ang nasasayang. Hindi lang ito dagdag gastos, kundi masama rin sa environment.
Quality brings many benefits to both customers and the organization. By maintaining and improving standards, customers become more satisfied because they receive reliable and consistent products and services. Operations become faster and smoother, which increases productivity and profit. Employees feel more motivated and proud of their work, while fewer mistakes mean lower costs and less waste. As the business gains a good reputation, more people choose it, increasing market share. With clearer and better processes, TQM ultimately improves the quality of life for customers, staff, and the company.
Service quality. Service quality is generally viewed as the output of the service delivery system, which includes all processes, interactions, and resources involved in providing the service. Service quality is linked to customer satisfaction. Customers judge service quality based on their experience and expectations. A service may be technically correct, but if the customer perceives it as slow, unhelpful, or unfriendly, the service quality is considered poor. Service quality is based on perception of the customer. Unlike physical products, service quality is intangible and subjective. It is heavily influenced by the customer's perception, which can depend on factors such as responsiveness, reliability, empathy, and assurance. In service quality, consistency matters. Delivering service in a consistent and reliable manner strengthens trust and encourages customer loyalty. Dimensions of service quality. First is reliability. This is the ability to perform the service dependably and accurately as promised. For example, a hotel promises a guest that their room will be ready by 3 p.m. When the guest arrives, the room is perfectly prepared at 3 p.m. with everything working properly. Second is responsiveness. This is how quickly and efficiently a service is delivered to a customer. For example, a restaurant waiter immediately attends to a customer's request for extra water or a menu clarification without making them wait long. Third is assurance. This is the ability to convey trust, confidence, and professionalism to customers. For example, a bank teller explains the process for applying for a loan clearly and confidently, answering all questions politely, making the customer feel secure about their money. Fourth is empathy. This is providing personalized attention and care, understanding the customer's specific needs. For example, a spa therapist notices a client seems stressed and asks if they prefer a gentler massage or a focus on a sore area, showing concern for their comfort. And lastly, tangibles. These are physical aspects of the service like appearance, facilities, and equipment. For example, a clinic has a clean, well-organized waiting room, modern equipment, and a staff in neat uniforms, giving a positive impression of quality.
Kaizen is a continuous improvement approach where everyone in the organization participates in making small but meaningful changes. The process starts by involving employees since they are the ones who see daily operation and can identify issues. Next, the team finds and defines the problem that needs improvement. After understanding the issue, they create practical solutions and choose the best ones. The solution is then tested and evaluated to see if it truly improves the process. If it works, it becomes the new standard, and the cycle continues in search of further improvements. The three ways Kaizen aims to eliminate are as follows. First, muda, anything that wastes time, money, or effort. Here are a few examples. Overbooking then transferring guests to another hotel. Preparing too many breakfast items that end up thrown away. Guests waiting long in line because of slow process. Time is money, so the waste of time is waste of money. Next, mura, or inconsistent service. Here are a few examples. There are instances that some guests receive welcome drinks and others do not. Wi-Fi is strong on one floor but very weak on another. One guest gets early check-in, another is denied even if rooms are available. This inconsistency shows that service is unpredictable. Third and last, moody. It means too much work for staff or system. Here are a few examples. One receptionist handling so much guest inquiries. Housekeeping required to clean too many rooms in short time. Tour guide handling very large group alone. Due to overburden, the process becomes complicated and problem arise. Without these ways, mas on point ang service. Walang palabok, walang paligoy-ligoy. Focus lang sa kung ano kailangan ng client or ng consumer.
Six Sigma is a measurement-based strategy for process improvement. It focuses on customer needs, reducing process variations, and using data-driven decision-making. So Six Sigma uses measurements, statistics, and process data to identify the problems and make improvements. For example, in a hotel, they want to reduce late room service. So instead of guessing and pinpointing to some causes, instead they collect data like the average delivery time per floor, number of staff on duty, and orders per hour. This is what you call data-driven decision because they did not solely base on assumption, but they base it on facts. On the right side, we can see the DMAIC mode, which is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This cycle is the core problem-solving framework in Six Sigma, which is used to improve existing processes or products. To give an example, sa hotel nag-complain si guest about sa late check-in. So applying the DMAIC cycle, first is to define the problem, which is the late check-in. So now you identify what is your goal. The goal now is to reduce delays. Next is to measure. So we need to collect data on check-in times, peak hours, and staff on floor. Next is we analyze. We should identify the causes for example, there is a staff shortage during peak hours. Next is the I, which is the improve. Add staff during peak hours, upgrading the system for check-in, and lastly is the control. So it will be sustained, monitor checks in weekly to make sure the problem don't return.
Next, I will be discussing the PDCA model, also known as the Plan, Do, Check, and Act cycle. PDCA was developed by Dr. William Edwards Deming in the 1950s. It is also called the Deming cycle or the Shewhart cycle. The main purpose of this model is for continuous improvement, meaning organizations continuously improve their processes, services, and operations to meet customer expectations better. The PDCA model has four main phases: plan, do, check, and act. I'll explain each phase with examples related to operational management, particularly in the tourism and hospitality industry. The first phase is plan. In this stage, management identifies a problem or an opportunity for improvement. The team analyzes the situation, sets objectives, and creates a detailed plan. For example, in a hotel operation, management notices that guests often complain about slow check-in procedures. During the planning stage, the operation managers analyzes the cause, maybe the lack of staff during peak hours or inefficient front desk procedures. Then the team plans a solution such as adding an extra front desk staff or using a digital check-in system. The second phase is do. This is where the plan is implemented. The team carries out the proposal solution, usually on a smaller scale, to test if it works. Going back to our hotel example, the management may test the new check-in system during the weekends only when guest arrivals are high. The staff are trained, procedures are standardized, and the data such as check-in time and guest feedback are recorded. The third phase is check, also called study. Here, management evaluates the results of the implementation. The team checks if the solution was effective and if the objectives were achieved. For example, the hotel manager reviews guest satisfaction surveys and compares the average check-in time before and after the new system was implemented. If the check-in time was reduced and the guest complaints are decreased, then the solution is considered effective. This phase is very important because it prevents repeated mistakes and ensures continuous improvement. The final phase is act. If the solution is successful, it is fully implemented and standardized across the organization. If not, the plan is revised and the PDCA cycle starts again. In our hotel example, if the new check-in system proves effective, the management will officially adopt it for all operating days and possibly across all hotel branches. Standard operating procedures are updated and staff are fully trained. To conclude, the PDCA model is a powerful tool in operational management because it promotes continuous improvement, better decision-making, and higher service quality. In industries like tourism and hospitality, where customer satisfaction is very important, PDCA helps managers improve operations in a structured and effective way.